Hey guys, it's Skewy here. Just a quick update. We got some patch notes, designer notes, and I wanted to go through them with yous. Just something little, not little, big changes in the next season coming up, which is getting leaked here and there. Well, not leaked, but told about. And I'm pretty stoked they're Australian, I'm telling you now. It's great. If one of these guys, when they get hurt, go, "Oh, you fucking mongrel," I'm going to be over the moon. How good would that be? But anyway, just the pre-season designer notes, just a few changes they're throwing through. Some big, big changes, and it's going to make a lot of people upset, but most of those people are babies anyway. So, blah, 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 all those words. And Ash has lost her ACOG. That's pretty big. I agree with this in a lot of ways, but I don't in other ways. In my opinion, it's only sweaty Call of Duty players who really abuse Ash anyway. There's plenty of crouch spammers out there, which is so frustrating, and they're fixing that. But to get rid of her ACOG, I think, is a very good thing. It doesn't need an ACOG really, it's a beautiful weapon, and it does just as much damage with the holo on it. Like, you can run rooms and clear them out with the holo so easy. So it was just really, in my opinion, the RNG players who run in with Ash and go, "Ha, I'm so good at the game, crouch spam." So that's really only going to affect them. There's a lot of babies out there already whinging about it, and you're like, who cares? Go pick IQ. Pick someone else. Pick Twitch. Twitch's F2 is way better than the R4C. It's just got more recoil. Fight me about that one, that is my opinion. So anyway, moving on. Maverick. I didn't really find a problem with this, like increasing the swap time between the torch and weapons. It seemed good enough for me, but I guess there's Pro League changes they need to do because people are dying and whinging. But honestly, I don't see any difference to Maverick through being OP or anything. He's just, sometimes you'll get shot in the head out of nowhere. And I guess, yeah, swapping weapons would be like the Clash thing. Burn a hole, they didn't hear it, bang, dead. Whereas Clash, drop the shield, bang, dead. Okay, that's Crash. What the fuck? So, that is pretty good. I guess it's a non-change for me. And really, I don't use Maverick. And if I do, I'm mucking around and playing him like a RNG Ash, just running through objective. But then again, there's another point. His gun is similar to the R4C, and I guess people will be picking him up now with the ACOG and doing Ash things with it. He hasn't got the breaching capability, but who used the breaching capability anyway? Like, they just run in with Ash, bang, 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 you know. For Docker, now this is a really interesting one. I like it a lot. After 18 seconds, your phone calls from Docker will hang up on their own. Now that's pretty cool, because I find getting a phone call can be used against them as well as used against you. Like, they're going to push you, unless they're going to be smarter while they're doing it and lie. After 18 seconds, it hangs up. That is pretty good. That's a pretty good change. I guess you could call it, it wouldn't be a buff to her, but it's not really taking it down a notch either. So I don't know. I just see it as, it makes sense. As well as being in range of mute jammers will prevent her from calling you. I already thought that was a thing. I thought sitting on the top of a mute jammer, she couldn't call you. So I don't really understand why they put that in there, unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm out of touch. And walking into the range of mute jammers will hang it up. That is really good. I like that. Why not? Mute needs a buff. His weapon is beautiful, but he doesn't get picked enough. Like, he's so good. So our goal with these changes is to reduce the defender's frustration when playing against Docker by options. I don't really see Docker as frustrating, but I don't roam. Cav players would probably find it frustrating, but I don't roam far enough to have it affect me. If I get a phone call, they're already going, we know he's here, because I'm pre-firing and fucking carrying on, and they know I'm there. I want them to push me, you know? So, I guess other players will find it different, but I think they're really good changes for Docker. Like, I think everyone whinges about these changes for Pro League and their sections as Pro League, but I really believe like this Ash one is definitely for the golds, plats. Like they've seen the win delta and went, nah, she needs to come down. There's too many people picking her, way too many. Anyway, Capital. So they're increasing the area of effect size apparently pretty significantly for these firebolts, which I find will be good because if I throw a firebolt in a corner someone's sitting in, somehow, magically, I'll miss them. And I don't understand it. I don't use Capital enough for it, and I don't believe he is used enough down where I am. Because, why would you use him when you got so much other utility? But this will bring him up, And reducing the damage per tick from 19 to 12, I guess evens it out, make it bigger but less damage. If you get caught in a Capital bolt, you're dead. If you just get that in the middle of it, you're dead. It doesn't matter what damage per tick it is. It takes you 6 months to get out of that fucking thing. And even if you're not dead, the bloke who just threw the firebolt at you is going to put a bullet in your head anyway, so damage per tick doesn't really change much. We're introducing an improved propagation system that will make area of effect not to go through objects. Okay, so it doesn't go through walls and that, which is good. We've been working in this new version for a long time, and finally we're able to see it in action. So, I guess they're working on things in the background to change the system, so Capital Bolt hits the room next to you, doesn't go through the wall, which sometimes has bent me over. A new system allows us to improve the area of effect and consequently reduce the damage inflicted by the bolts. With these changes, we wanted to shift Capital back to his original intention, which is that of an area denial. Bolts are being used almost like a frag grenade. Well, yeah. That's what they're for. Someone's in a corner, bang. That's how I use it. I guess it's area denial. Yeah. So, they'll use too much. Like a grenade, so that would be right. We'll also be using the test server to experiment with different methods for how the area of effect from asphyxiating bolts interacts with the environment. So yeah, you see it on this picture, I saw that. You watch when he drops it, it's all on the ground, but then he'll shoot it on the roof when he turns. Hit the roof, and it'll go down to the floor as well. So that's pretty interesting, Yeah. So it's like a napalm drop, which is cool. So, Clash. Removing muzzle brake, whoopee-doo, who cares? Lesion. So, reduced his goo mines by half their damage. He's very strong, we believe it has to do with the total amount of damage that goo mines can inflict. I don't believe that's why he's OP. His weapon is beautiful. He has a lot of goo mines. He gets stronger as it goes on. And it's just... he has 8 proximity mines that give calls to where people are and slow you down. Like you get a goo in you can't do much. So, I don't know. I reckon they could have done something different there. Because, it doesn't affect you. But if they wanted to bring him down, reducing damage per tick from 8 to 4 does fuck all, really. Absolutely fuck all. Maybe I don't want to put things out in the system because I believe Legion is OP and I love him. But maybe a recoil or something. Less goo mines. I don't believe he's very strong. Maybe in the Pro League he is. Maybe take a bit longer to get his goo. I don't know. But reducing damage, you think if you walk through a goo mine, you're more likely to get shot in the face than die from it, unless you're on 4 health. There's often times when you've got 15 seconds and you've been trying to get into sight, and there's a goo door, because you're hitting it, you can't plant, you can't run. They're more disadvantages than, 4 health, 4 health, 4 health, 4 health, unless you're actually on 10 health. And by that time, you've got to have a gunfight because they know you're on 4 health. So, that to me doesn't make sense, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Breaching charges. This is pretty interesting. Hold on. Let's have a drink of my coffee. I love coffee. Breaching charges. Deployment animation is faster, which is great because anytime you put a breach, you're getting fucking wallbanged. I don't. Which really is a non more difference, but I don't know. Like, it's been so long since I got a wallbang with a breach charge that makes no sense to me. So damage effect on defender's side is increased, which is good because I believe to the window and lethal damage area of effect on defender's side is reduced. So more or less, the blast is going to be, it's going to damage you but not kill you. So like the Capitao bolts, more or less, bigger boom, little bit more damage, less chance of dying. I'd reflect. It makes sense to me why they do it, but it affects me 0. So, and I am just speaking from a gold plat perspective, because these are probably obviously for Pro League, which everything is. Not that's a bad thing. Current status. Shields. Unless we're trying to get a Twitch drone out away from a mirror. Deployable shields function. How the deployable shield functions. And how it's used within the game. So saying deployable shields are a waste of time. Let's try and get them back in. Shield operators. We're aware that current playstyle for ballistic shields heavily favours direct gunfights instead of teamwork and tactical positioning. We're looking to address it by slowing down the speed of aiming down sights while having a shield equipped. So, on Blitz, not Monty. Blitz is frustrating because I don't know how to deal with him unless the Blitz player doesn't know what I'm doing, know what he's doing. But I do believe that they're right there. Shields are heavily favoured for direct gunfights. If he's good with the new ADS change, and he should have some viability for when it's a 1v3 and you've got to try and clutch with Monty. But not that bad. Not that quick. He's a shield operator. They're both shield operators. The way to fix Blitz is put him to a 2-speed. That's it. He doesn't need to be a 1-speed. Just a 2-speed. You need to be able to outrun him. You can't have a bloke with a 50 kilo shield in front of him. How does that work? You've got a Jaeger, little quick dude, running through the map, and there's a bloke with a 50 kilo shield just going, "How you going, mate? Cracker." Nah, that's not right. There should be more counters to Blitz, and again, he's used like Ash, RNG. Oh, we're gonna rush. You know, put him with a finger. It's disgusting. He's my most hated operator. I'll take Lion every day. I'll take 5 Lions in a row over Blitz. But that's good. It's good they're working on that. So they're starting to do really good changes. I like this. Lion, they just Glaz. They want to bring him back to the original intention of being able to hold an angle and lock it down without becoming a very strong entry fragger. Now that is Diamond Pro League shit. Because, you know, if you peek Glaz, you're dead. And you deserve to die. Because he's holding an angle with a thermal scope. The end. He shouldn't be an entry fragger, which I haven't seen him as one. But he's easy to counter. Don't peek him. Let him come to you. You know. So that's obviously Pro League. Blitz. So we recognise Blitz is a fucking cunt and he needs to die and fuck off out of the game. I mean, we recognise Blitz is one of the most frustrating operators to play against. Increasing the amount of time required for him to ADS with his pistol is one of the ways we hope to alleviate this. Additionally, we explored increasing the cooldown of his ability and tweaking how to detect flashes. But both of these changes will require extensive audio and code work. There are therefore on the backlog to look into the future. So, I think for most of these changes they've listened to this change, which is probably the most significant one, is for the crouch spammers and RNG players. You all deserve to lose the ACOG for abusing it, and I'll say it to your face. Fight me. It won't change anything. The Hollow is more dangerous than the ACOG, in my opinion. And it won't change anything. Get rid of crouch spam and they'll just find another way to manipulate shit, like the drop shot. And that's just what people do. It's frustrating, but at least they're trying to fix it, you know. At least they're trying to fix it. I agree with it, and it's going to be good. So that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to go through those and give you a bit of my opinion on it regarding, you know, lower ranked opinions and play styles and what you see to what the changes have been. It'll be interesting to see the next season, and hopefully they bring the game back to being strategic and not just out-fragging people, because that's what it is right now. I mean, I play with my clan and we try and strategic it, but ultimately it's just out-frag. Let's just out-frag people, you know. We only got to get 5 kills, so let's just do that. Don't worry about planting, don't worry about this, don't worry about that. So hopefully it gets back to the strategic game it was supposed to be. I still love it, even with crouch spamming and everything, DOSing, mouse and keyboard. Still a great game. Mouse and keyboard does not affect me at all. I will shit on those guys every day, all day. And if you get shit on by me with a mouse and keyboard, including you, Nick, I'm talking to you, you're trash. No, I'm kidding. Where am I? But anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope it's just a little bit of an insight on what's going on. Some interesting changes for the next season. Look forward to checking them out and showing you some good content on them. Cheers, guys.